Supreme Court has pulled up the Manipur High Court for its recent judgment, which had called for the inclusion of the Meiteis community in the scheduled tribe list. The judgment had triggered violent clashes between the tribal and the non-tribal communities. The Supreme Court has said that the High Courts do not have the right to directly grant ST status to any community. The CJI, Chandrachud, had pointed out that it is a presidential power and that the Supreme Court has asked for the immediate steps to be taken to maintain peace in the state. The Supreme Court has asked the government some tough questions over the Manipur violence. It has questioned why the status report submitted by the government does not talk about the killings during the recent violence in the state. The top court has earmarked 4 priority areas for the central government and the state to give relief to those displaced and affected by the violence. My colleague Harish still continues to be with us. Harish, that is a strong statement that has been put forth by the CJI, where they have reminded the Manipur High Court that they do not have the powers to grant ST status to any community. It does not fall under their jurisdiction. It is solely the right of the president for that matter. What are the other details from that observation being made by the CJI? Put things into perspective for us here.
Yes, as you rightly put, the Supreme Court bench led by the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, has expressed surprise that the High Court has not yet rectified its order and said that conferring scheduled tribe status to a community is prerogative of the president, and also remarked that what to do if High Court judges do not follow constitution-based judgments, and immediate steps be taken to maintain peace and tranquility. And petitioners who are Supreme Court have been allowed to approach Manipur High Court, where the matter is now pending. Supreme Court has very clearly also said, beyond the point, we do not want to enter an arena of politics or policy. Supreme Court took a very strong view against and opinion that the High Court's order of directing state to consider the inclusion of Meiteis community in ST list and calls it factually wrong. Court asked the law enforcement agencies to take account of operations related to security and ensure maintenance of law and order. Court said law and order is the political arm of the government. Remember, the Supreme Court was hearing batch of petitions related to ongoing incidents of violence in Manipur. The first petition is the appeal filed by Hill Areas Committee Chairperson and BJP MLA Gangmei, challenging the March 27 order of the Manipur High Court, asking government to consider scheduled tribe status for the Meiteis community, which is at the center of escalating tensions in the state. Solicitor General today briefed the court that situation has improved a lot, except some sporadic incidents, and so let peace and tranquility be our priority. This answer came when Supreme Court has rightly said, questioned why the figures of deaths were not mentioned in the status report submitted by the Manipur government and also the center. Solicitor General replied that my intention is to restore calm and peace. 318 relief camps have been opened. Ration is being provided. ₹3 crore funds have been released to meet exigencies. Security measures have been taken with regards to religious places. Army was also deployed. Chief Justice said that the single judge of the Manipur High Court was given time to correct himself, but he has not done so. If High Court judges do not follow constitution-based judgments, what we can do? I remember during last hearing, bench had made certain critical observations about the High Court direction regarding ST status for Meiteis community. Chief Justice said that there are several judgments of the Supreme Court which hold that the High Court cannot direct the grant of ST status to a community. High Court doesn't have the power. It's a presidential power. So Supreme Court has in a way slammed the High Court for passing such an order and given liberty to the center and state to file an appeal. And all the petitioners before the Supreme Court have been allowed to appear before the High Court and present their grievances.